What a crock, you know? Quite frankly, what a crock. I feel like it's a piece of crap. And it's all because of what, Benjamin Franklin or whatever? Apparently he said that he was heard to remark that because he was in Paris and he was like banging all the whores or whatever. And he was basically like, "Oh, why do I wake up so late? Oh, it's because the darn time is so late." And so then he was like, "Oh," or whatever, right? And he basically was like, "Oh, I don't like how I waste all my mornings. So why don't we in the summer we make a different time?" Young Nats was a know where I'm in Denver. Yeah, I knew that. I didn't totally forget. Do 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 do. That's too. Denver's kind of cool, right? Because actually, I don't know. Is it? But it's a little cool. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Who's that guy? That's John Denver. John's so good they named a state after him. He is so hard. It had to. I mean, hello YouTube. Hi YouTube. It's like a millennium hipster cool, I guess. I thought when I visit Colorado, Denver specifically, or wait, is Colorado the city and Denver the state? Anyway, whenever I visited one or the other, or perhaps at the same time both, we had to keep like driving up the mountain, going brr, 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 like right up the mountain. And I thought for some reason that it'll be like a city in the clouds, and I don't even know how to describe what I meant. I just have like this idea that it'll be like a city in the clouds, and it was not at all like a city in the clouds. It was just a city that was high up. The mountain is right there, but the city is definitely at the bottom. Yeah, but like I lived next to like I lived in Washington State for a long time, and so I wasn't surprised to see the mountains. I know you guys got a lot of 14 baggers around you, but it's basically because like the base elevation is like 10,000 feet or whatever, right? So bottom you can't even see the mountain really. Yeah, perhaps. Why the hell did they make Java so fucking confusing? What Java versions do I have? I'm gonna go to the setup screen because it's pissing me off. I'm getting PMO'd. Hi, Scully. Scully got a haircut. No, I don't want any cookies. Don't fucking take my poop. GDRP has ruined society. I mean, not really, but no, you know what? No more not reallys. We're just gonna commit to opinions. Whatever I said, that's what I meant. JDK. What? Which JDK to download? There's like 50 bajillion. Obviously not Java. Adoptium, sure. Tamarin, Eclipse, Tamarin. What the hell does that even mean? See what they've done to us? Do you get it? PMO, pissing me off. Yeah, let's download this. JDK? Yeah, sure, we'll download the JDK, whatever. Oh, it's pronounced PMM. Oh, my bad. Install for all users of this machine. Yes, how generous of me. Let's install it for everybody. Yes, yes. Are you not gonna uninstall the old one, you fucking bat? You rat? Computer's rough. frickin' mistake, man. Oh, it did uninstall the old one. Never mind. Good. 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 I don't know. I've been on like a, well, not recently. I've always been on a, what am I talking? Just stick to the talking points. There's this thing called Borrowwell, and they basically what do they do? They basically it's like a credit checking service, right? And they don't do their own credit checking. I guess they somehow make money from like stealing your information and selling it to other people, and then in the middleman they like access your credit rating from other people. I'm not an expert on credit, but the way it works is they basically email you every week that you have an update to your credit. But they lie to you because you don't actually have any updates on your credit, and in fact they only pull it like once a month. But they email you every week with like a fact that looks like it's new. They're like, "Hey, Yelnats, you have 3 total hard inquiries," and it makes you think that you got like a new hard inquiry. Excuse me. But the reality is you don't get any hard inquiry. What happens is they just literally send you facts about your credit report, and they disguise it as if it's like a new email, and it is really annoying. It's right. So I've kind of stopped checking my credit score. Last I checked, it was almost 200, so that sounds pretty good to me. If it was a RuneScape level, it'd be in RuneScape 3. So I'm not too concerned with that, you know. C'est la vie. Vidi vici, you know? Ooh, my tummy hurts. I had like a big meal yesterday. Big meal. You know what? Before we should start playing something before we get into the really good anecdotes of me eating food and then having a tummy ache. Oh, spoiler alert. Um You know what? Yeah, let's play this. Let's play this. Gonna change categories. Industry. Cool. Happy DST. Happy DST to the gamers. Not really. I hate it. But you know what I don't hate is a cozy looking tower defense game, which isn't too loud, but still is a little loud. So we're just gonna get a bit quieter. Mindustry. I've heard about this game for a while, but I don't know anything about it. And already we're given a planet. Select a planet. This can be switched at any time. Serpullo or Eriker? Let's go for Eriker. No, you know what? We'll go first is best. Older content, the classic experience, more open-ended, more content. Or newer, more polished content. You know, let's go for the newer content then. The onset. Sure. I was ranting to chat. I was talking about how much I scroll to zoom in and out. View information on a blog by selecting it in the build menu. I've been thinking about how DST kind of messed our lives up, you know? Why am I wearing a little sash? It's actually called a buff. And I would just like to, you know, take better care of myself. So I thought this would be a good way to start. View information of a blog by selecting the build menu. Then what the heck is the build menu? Command. Open the tech tree. You gotta tell me. Oh, by selecting it in the build menu. How do I open the build menu? Oh. Open the tech tree research. The onset. Or bastion. Besma core. Oh, free research. Okay. Yeah, let's click all of them. Sure. The build menu. Oh my god. All right, we got to make the UI a bit bigger. Yeah, I had a big meal yesterday. I've been counting some calories. And yeah, we're going to need that 200%. Is that any bigger? I feel like it isn't. Screen shake, that's okay. Blur, bloom blur. Let's not have any bloom blur. Chat, we don't need chat. I haven't had a big meal in a while, and I got like a shawarma bowl. And it was like 1200 calories, which it doesn't even seem like that much, quite frankly. But also it was like my only meal the whole day, and like it blew me in like a positive way, I suppose. It really much it made me very very bloated, and it was also like it was also a little bit spicy. They have like a very generic spicy sauce, I feel like they use. And it doesn't really taste like much, but it does hurt your tummy if you eat too much, which is what I think I did. Plasma boar. Is that what I want? Nope. Can't I do anything? Nope. Okay. View information of a block by selecting it in the build menu. Oh, and then pressing the question. Okay, I see. Plasma boar. And please facing an ore well. This is very small. Graphics. Save and quit. Why is it not save and quit? Join the thingy. The UI scaling isn't working. Oh, restart. Okay. Okay. Bear with me a little, chat. We're gonna have to restart. That's okay. Oof, that's a lot bigger. UI scaling has changed. No, this is good. This is like for grandpa's eyes. You guys missed the late night 24/7 stores? This is not the same campaign. This is none of this. Yeah, the onset. There we go. Was to move. That's a lot better. You know what? Maybe I'll want something different later, but for now, that's okay. Everything closes so early after the pandemic. We were just getting to a point where we were getting to like 24-hour stores all the time, and now we're just not. Everything closes at like 1 or even 12, and it kind of sucks because I miss shopping at like the off hours. You know, I miss being the only person in the store, just buying groceries. Made it relaxing. Hmm. Hmm. So, open a tech tree. Turbine condenser. Okay, that's not what we want. No, tech tree. Yeah, on Erica. Well, how do I research it? Oh, there it is. Okay. And the beam. Yeah, resume. Core bastion. Turbine condenser. There we go. Research and place a plasma bore. Hmm. My buttons are not working properly. Interesting. Plasma bore. There? Oh, okay. You place it in the direction you want mind. Okay. Hit power to power the plasma bore. Research and place a beam node. Is it because I made it full screen? It might be. Nope. It still is weird with the buttons. Oh well. I can live with that. To connect the turbine to the. There we go. Research and place ducts to move the mind resource from the plasma board to the core. Click and drag to place multiple ducts. Well, where are the resources? Plasma board. Where are they putting stuff out? That's what I want to know. Duct or duct router? Is that? Oh. Okay, well then, let me do this. We're gonna need some space. Oh, baby, look at that. Look at that. Expanded mining operation. Way ahead of you, buddy. Mine 200 beryllium. That's just a cakewalk for a guy like me. Hmm. Well, yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. They always get like the weird like end. That's okay though. Hmm. So I'm still feeling the ill effects of a spicy shawarma, which is not good. My tummy do be hurting. That's okay though. Now let's get this freaking thing off me. I don't like it. Ah! Buff my ass. What am I, Bender? Move into core. Hmm. How do we make a scalable mining operation? More turbine condensers, please. Waiter, waiter. More turbine condensers. So I'm a drone. Interesting. I've also been looking at beekeeping a little bit. Not beekeeping, sorry. More complex blocks require graphite set of plasma boards to dry to not beekeeping, sorry. Ant keeping. Getting back into ant keeping. It's gotten so industrial. It's kind of crazy. It's cool. I like it. It's very I don't know. It's become so when I was into the hobby, I was a lot younger. Which doesn't suck, but the only way we could do a lot of like the people in America not really big on ants, quite frankly. There's not as big of an ant keeping community, or so there wasn't when I was getting into it. And then everything changed. I guess people just got weirder over time. But you know, like in a good way, sort of. Some of them at least. And so now ant keeping is like super popular. And also you can like 3D print the ant farms now, which I think is really cool too. Um, so it's become like a much bigger hobby. And I remember the only people who were into ant keeping back in the day really were Germans. Germans always had like the best ant keeping setups. And what you would have to do is you would have to go on Google Translate to actually like learn anything about ant keeping. Like they had the coolest web forms. I remember if a page had like a 56K warning, because this was back in the old days when 56K modems were a real thing and not just like a joke. You knew you were in for a treat. You would have like so many pieces of you just have like so many pictures of their setups. And they always use this building material. It's called Y-tong. It's like I've never actually worked with it. I think it's like a mixture of like a porous stone and a porous stone and I think that's it. I think that's all it is. It's like a porous stone, so you can carve it yourself. So you can like lay out the ant farm however you want. But now people have 3D printers. They have 3D printers, they have CNC machines. It's been kind of crazy, quite frankly. Plasma bore. Okay, well, I'm not talking to your mother, am I? Core database. Schematics. Research? Oh, Cliff Crusher, okay. Silicon Arc. A Cliff Crusher, eh? No, not Silicon Arc. Use a Cliff Crusher to crush mine sand. That makes sense. So what is a cliff to you? That's a cliff. Oh, okay, okay. You don't build onto things, you build into things. Understood, Captain. Silicon arc. What the heck are you? Refined silicon from sand and graphite. Okay. Well, I assume I'm gonna need one as well. Why not there? Plasma bore? No. Turbine condenser? Yes. Oh, I see the folly of my way. Yeah, let's just deconstruct you. Ah, how do I zoom? Oh, control. Okay, got it. The arc furnace needs sand and graphite. Power is also required. What is this? Graphite? Uh-oh, we should be redirecting this actually then. I like how snappy the game's been. I just wish... Oh, right. Nope, that's all good. New content unlocked. Yippee! Not oh no, it is research content. Silicon. Silicon? You want to make sand think? I don't know if that's a good idea. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't know if that's a great idea. A thinking sand? Use units to explore the map, defend buildings, and attack the enemy. Yeah, I was just up late. I was watching your Germa stream. Daylight savings time happened, which I'm still very much against. Still angry about it. And then also, I was looking at all these cool ant farm designs. Let's move myself bottom left. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Look at how snappy we are now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Spider-Man that stream. Planet map. Tech tree. Technology. Oh my god. Tank fabricator. Tank fabricator, huh? Tank fabricator, I just met her. Uh-oh. I see the problem. There we go. Yep. Let me check out the controls real quick. The controls. Follow mouse, mouse back. Hand mouse, mouse forward. Boost. Boost me. Respawn. So, okay, never mind. We're not gonna read all that. I don't know. I wanna maybe I'll keep ants this summer. I don't know. We'll see. They're kind of a pain in the ass to keep, not because it's like a lot of upkeep, but there is some stuff, you know, about them. Power output. Maybe I should connect all my power networks. You know, centralize on that thing or whatever. Texas could never. Well, this ain't Texas. There we go. Now everybody's chipping in. Power, no power. Power, no power. Power, no. Oh, because we don't have enough crushers. Okay. We have a crusher deficiency. On a power deficiency now. I could not get to sleep last night. It only brought me desperation. Diving in too deep. And possibly the complications. Especially at night. It wasn't overkill though. I don't know. I didn't feel like sleeping too much, unfortunately. Yeah, let's build some tanks. Produce a unit. How do I produce a unit? No, don't deconstruct. Ah! Ah! Question mark. Estelle, but I need 150 green goblins. 150 green goblins are needed. What are green goblins? Oh, I have them. Beryllium. Produce a unit. Yes. Or is that something else? No, those are the green goblins. Okay. So can you please like produce a unit for me? Oh, right. I need stuff. That makes sense. Wait, can I move stuff from here? A duct router. What is that? Distributes items equally across 3 directions. Oh man. Okay. I see. Now I see where the Factorio is coming from. Everything's going into my storehouse, but what we want is for some of it to go here. We need a duct router. Ductective. Hold F and drag to select blocks to copy and paste. Oh, that didn't work. Oh. Oh, okay. Huh. Do I need a duct router there too? Okay, consumption's easy. It's the creating things that's hard. What do you make again? And what do you need? Okay, I see. That's what they don't tell you. Consuming things is actually kinda easy. Oh boy, okay, I see where the Factorio tidbit is gonna bite us in the ass, huh? You know what, chat? I'm really sorry to do this, but I'm gonna have to be right back. I remember that shawarma I was telling you about? Well, it's come knocking on hell's door. So just I will be back. All right, we are back. Trying to make some tanks. It said I was making coffee, and I kind of was, but I was making coffee into the toilet. Um, I won't elaborate. I think you can understand why. Welcome back. Thanks, Stanch. It's been I'm having some not difficulty. Maybe difficulty is the correct word. I'm having some thoughts about the stream. And I would love if there was some feedback on this. I'm not really sure if well, hmm, there's a lot to it, quite frankly. The first question I have is if I want to keep streaming on Saturday. Oh God, we've contaminated everything. How do I delete? How do I delete? Um, how do I undelete? Oh crap. It's supposed to be a relaxing factory game. It's supposed to be a relaxing factory game. Oh yeah, I was one oh God, this is a nightmare. Uh that was supposed to relax. It's supposed to be a relaxing factory game, and now everything's broken. Oh God. Better? I hope. Um, so my thought process was should Sunday still be a stream day? And the reason I thought this is it's kind of like not that comfortable. It'd be nice if I could just have all the stream days together. The only problem is that I don't know if like this is gonna work, you know? I don't know if streaming's gonna actually succeed or I'm gonna, have to become an employee to the job man again. I mean, most likely that's what will happen, right? But I would rather it didn't. I'd rather this work out. So maybe while we're trying to pursue that dream, insofar as one can, maybe I don't know, maybe we'll move the stream from Sunday to, I don't know, what will be like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? It'd be nice to clump them up, right? So that we can do more long play stuff. I don't know how many people are here. It doesn't really matter. I'll just keep yapping. What are you missing? Why can't why can't you? Oh, no power. Okay. That makes sense. There we go. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. Units are effective, but turrets provide better defensive capabilities? Oh, you don't want to go out, huh? Okay. Wait, am I gonna get attacked? I guess that makes sense. I guess I kind of expected that, but still. Turrets provide better defensive capabilities if used to effectively place a breach turret. A breach turret. Oh, I need more graphite, huh? Oh, this saucy old wench. Need a graphite, Jesse? Oh, Santa came early this year. Are we even gonna get anything? I said, are we even gonna get anything? Santa brought us all this. And I don't even think we're gonna get anything. Turrets require ammo. There we go. Oh, now we need graphite. Are we not making graphite? We do make graphite. Who makes graphite? Also, why aren't you working? Does the duct bridge not do what I thought it did? Duct bridge. Detective. It's like such a good show. I always love me some Gravity Falls. The problem with going weekdays only is that people are employed, shocker. And also, better streamers are live. But that's always going to be the case. You can't really, you know, can't fault yourself for that. That's just how it is. The bigger problem is that people work. So it's nice to have one weekend stream. And you know what? It's not too bad. It's just nice to have the same weekdays as your wife. Surprise, surprise. Duct, cliff crusher, beam. Stanch, are you still here? Are you doing anything fun in Colorado? There's a big REI there. Source, I went to it. I guess it's not that cool. I mean, it's all right. It is big. Middle click does what I want it to do. It copies the copier. Power output 180. I did go to an REI for some reason. It's like it's extremely bougie. I like it. It's sick. It's just everything's extremely expensive. There we go. I like REI. I like browsing it. It makes me feel alive. Okay, if I know anything about anything. Well, actually, I don't know anything about anything. Would it be better to build walls? Okay, President Trump. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The breaches are 125 graphite, huh? Sam. This one's not even powered. Build progress. We don't have enough Stumpthians. Oh, I see. I messed it up. Uh-oh. You okay, Skelly? I like looking at their dried instant meal packages. Those are always so fun to look at. And then if you go backpacking, like, they're worth it, but holy hell, they're expensive, right? Like, they're very, very expensive. But they are fun to look at. There's no denying that. I feel like I'm playing Factorio for the first time where I don't really know how to build anything properly. And then somebody is like gonna, or even that somebody could be myself, will look at this later and be like, Jesus Christ, what was I doing? This is so like non-compact. In fact, I guess UI hidden. No, how did I there was a hint for copy pasting. Map objectives. No, settings? Controls. Select region, F. It was an F. Because we can move this up, right? Like that. No, we can't. Uh-oh. Undo, undo, undo. I made that mistake already. But I didn't learn. Because what happens is this guy, he spits out in all three directions. Me after you know what? Not even. Not necessary, you know. The breach. Damn, son, you need a lot of graphite. There we go. Supply turret. Use beryllium. Yeah. Sure thing, boss. Boss hog. Enemies incoming. Oh shit. Ah! That's not what I meant to do. Command mode. Command mode. Enemies approaching. I sure hope they're not. My bastion. My Sebastian. Maybe I'll just build another layer of walls. You know, just in case. Ah! My walls! Does this do anything? Am I even hurting them? The enemy is vulnerable. Counterattack? Ah, get rid of my walls. I walled myself in. I have StarCraft brain. Oh, this is actually so cool. Get in there, get in there, get in there, get in there. Uh-oh. Back it up, back it up, back it up. They have 2 drones. Well, guess you're fucked, kiddo. Ah. There we go. Now you can't even be receiving anything. That's pretty cool. Pretty neat. I had so many new cores can be placed. Wait. On core tiles, new core functions as forward bases and shares a resource. Oh, shiza. Core bastion. Well, we don't have enough resources for. Oh, this is a good topic. How long do you keep boxes after you buy things? I'm having this problem where I have all this stuff that I bought, like computer stuff, and I don't really want to, like I want to get rid of some boxes, obviously. The problem I'm having is that all the stuff that I need, or rather, I don't think I need the boxes anymore. But the problem is that what if I need to return something, you know? Like, so 30 days feels like the correct amount to wait, but it's so annoying to have like a bunch of boxes for stuff that I don't think I'm gonna return, but I can't be sure just in case like it fails, right? It feels like so much stuff that we buy nowadays is way too prone to failing. Let me elaborate for a second. It's become like I can't trust what I buy from Amazon anymore. I don't know if I could in the past. I feel like it was a lot easier to do. But now, like, I feel like it's impossible to trust anything from Amazon. Like, half the products are like fake, which is I didn't like really expect half the stuff I'm buying to be fake, but it is. I usually get rid of boxes ASAP, but when I was selling my monitor, I had kept the box for some reason. The guy buying was really impressed and like didn't barter at all. So I don't know. Maybe it depends on the size of the box and the size of the storage space. So here's the thing: I keep boxes for monitors. Um, Maybe that's crazy. I don't know, but I know I'm gonna be moving. I just don't know how soon. But I know that like I've moved a lot in the past. And I know that I'm gonna need the box. Like the boxes are unfortunately gonna be necessary. Some of them. But I also have like all these Newegg containers currently that I know I don't need. I just know it. And so I'm hoping that I can I don't know, like I'm hoping that the hard drives don't need to be RMA'd, but that's the problem with like most technology is that it either doesn't fail, like it's called the bathtub curve, right? Most things fail at the start because of manufacturing defects, and then most things fail at the end of like a warranty period plus some amount of years because you know they're just gone, right? Like it's they're just old. And so I'm trying to avoid the problem of failing the bathtub curve. So I have all these boxes, and I've actually cleaned up quite a few of them, but I still like they, you know, ephemerally they still exist. And so I'm trying to figure out like when is it good enough to throw them out? It's been a contentious topic in the house. I mean, not really, but you know, it's funnier if I say it was. Oh, why would I? Oh, what? How do I? I need an undo. I need a one night game controls. Is there an undo? Boost control unit respawn deselect clear building. No. Also, I hate moving, but I think it might be necessary soon. Just due to fiduciary reasons. I like the term fiduciary. It's a cool phrase. But yeah, I'm not really making that much money on my $0 annual salary plus benefits a year, babe. Oh. The Office is The Office is underrated. Or maybe it's just rated. I think it's overhated. Truing. About The Office, I hope. Although, you know, if you agree with the other stuff, that's cool too. You're moving too, though, Stanch, right? From my understanding. Because your house, not to be rude, but sounds like a bad place. In that your landlord seems like a piece of shit. Statue guy, be like, I hate moving. So fucking true. Hello, fraud. Long time no see. No see the OC. Hope all is well. In France or whatever. Although you moved, didn't you? Probably to another country. Where dreams are made of. In this concrete jungle. Silicon arc. So what do we need? We need graphite in this bitch. And we need beryllium also in this bitch. Or this John. Looking for work. Christchurch, anywhere, South Island, New Zealand, available full-time hours and weekends from March 21st. I will pass it on. It needs to be passed on to Pasadena pronto. Thanks. No worries. Christchurch, that was the name of a TV show that I watched, right? It was the guy who's in that horrible show. David Tennant. And then they're investigating the murder of like this kid. And then it turns out it was spoilers, the dad. I think. That was the one, right? Pass it on to Pasadena pronto. Ooh, you buffoon. That's meant to be to from me, not to me. Yeah, I need to figure out a good compact design. Because the duct bridges... Wait, would the duct bridges cut it? No. No, they would need some more space. Well, then why don't we give them more space? Because I like factories right beside each other. Yes, I'm a building plant. I'm a town manager. How can you tell? Why, yes, I did design this town. Duct bridge. I had a question. If I do something like this, would this work? Well, no, because that's not... We don't even need... I'm stupid. You know what, in fact? You can all rot in hell. Not you, chat. Sorry, not you. Well, you know, maybe some of you. This would be a good area to build my empire of dirt. My empire of dirt. You know that sound? I will make you laugh. Or wait, no. I think he doesn't make anybody laugh. He's like a sad guy. Are we done building? Ooh, nice. So many job applications require you to have a phone number as a mandatory field. You don't have a phone number? Are you my dad? What do you mean you don't have a phone number? That's kind of odd, right? I do not have a New Zealand phone number. But you live there, right? Oh crap, the enemies are coming. Why did we build? Ah, crap, we're gonna die. We didn't set up anything. Okay, wait, if you don't have a New Zealand phone... I have questions. My question is... Huh? Oh wait, are you from I'm so sorry. This is culturally sensitive. You're from Australia, right? That's why you don't have a New Zealand phone number. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah. You think they're gonna discriminate against you? Prod, you're from New Zealand, right? Sort of. In some ways, insofar as. Absolutely. Oh. I knew it. Those New Zealand scum. I am originally from New Zealand 20 years ago. You should say that. And they're like, you look a little Chinese. And you're like, you can't say that. And you can't. You really can't. You should try that. That might work. Okay, so that does work. Okay. So then... Are the enemy attacking or nah? My resume and cover letter say I'm returning to New Zealand. You're resettling it. No, no, stop, cancel. Ah! I keep right-clicking things when I don't mean to. POV, you're, I don't know, there's gotta be a joke in there, huh? I love copy-pasting. POV, I'm ChatGPT. That could... Nah, that's not that good. It's okay. Ah, I keep right-clicking. That's not what it does in Factorio. Uh-oh. There's a war. Oh, we won the war. Never mind. Nice. I need to start doing cover letter shenanigans stuff too soon. Have you ever found that a cover letter helped you get a job? Because, I don't think it's ever helped me. Actually, no, that's not true. So I went to, the University of Waterloo. And we have this thing. It's very, very cool. It's called the co-op program. Not the co-ed program, because that sounds more fun. No, it's called the co-op program. And basically, it's, you get, like, work experience by working. Who'd have thunk it, right? And so basically, everybody more or less gets a lot of work experience by basically having to get a job. So I had, in some ways, like 6 different jobs before I graduated university. I worked at 6 different places. They're basically like internships, right? You still have to like do resumes and apply and stuff like that. But, oh, let's attack these guys. And so, yeah, so I had quite a bit of work experience before. And I remember the first internship is always the hardest. Because they're like, why should we hire you over like literally all these other people, none of whom have any work experience just like you? And so you had to write a lot of cover letters. And so I remember writing a lot of cover letters. And most of them were like copy pastas. And then after the first one, I just kind of gave up on writing cover letters. But maybe I'll have to. I've never gotten a job from an online application. That's wild to me. What? I've only had jobs from online applications. I don't think I've ever dropped off like an in-person job application. But that might just be because of the field of work. Only ever actually gotten a job from knowing a guy who knows a guy whose workplace is hiring. It's a good system. I don't fault you for it. Derelict structures are broken remnants of old bases that no longer function. These structures can be deconstructed for resources. Oh, okay. Well, I guess let's just deconstruct everything. Free resources. Yummy. Yummy. This game's interesting. Nice slow-paced game. For a nice slow-paced Sunday. I got jobs from Discord DMs. Are you referring to editing videos? Because that's a good gig. You know I'm hiring. My current pay, you can make a percentage of how much I make. And even if I gave you 100% of that, it would not be you would not it would not be a living wage. Let's just put it that way. In any country, I think. How's it going, Sumo? What does the Unsumo AF mean? Is it just titillating or is there a backstory to it? So we need more, we need more wall crushers. I keep pressing right click instead of middle click. Undo? I'm looking at the controls. Oh, I also put up after I've recaptured my YouTube from the nefarious hackers who tried to besmirch my good name. I've recaptured it and some new stuff going up soon from the demo streams because apparently during those demo streams I was in no category and then so nobody saw them except people who already know about the stream. I'm just titillating, I guess. Well, way to be. Way to be. Select the region. They need an undo. That's all I'm gonna say. Undo and don't do that thing. That's so bad. Maybe there's something there though. Undo it and no. You know what? I apologize for that. I'll give you my stream key. I get randoms coming in on just chatting all the time for some reason. I don't know if it's your stream key that's the thing that's separating us, Stanch. I'll be honest with you. It's probably your je ne sais quoi. Which I lack because it's your je ne sais quoi, not mine. Sector captured. Am I done? How do I clear these again? No, not F. X, T, R, Q, Q, Q? How did I clear these? Oh, right click and drag, yes. Are you on Mars? Sort of. Yes. How's it going, Nipsey? I know we have a scheduled phone call after the stream to reprimand. No, just joking. I'm sure it's the account because they also have a crazy hit rate for community gifteds. That's nice. Ream me out. Okay, let's not go crazy. Okay, so I've captured the sector. Is there anything I need to keep doing? I guess I have to put this down. Maybe? I there was a period of time when I got community gifteds to like accounts to channels I've never been to. Perhaps through a raid of a raid of a raid. I don't know, but I've been like given quite a number of community gifteds in the past, not presently. I think the one that I think map objective. The one that I recall the most was Iron Mouse. I've never been to an Iron Mouse stream. You can say I'm lying. That's fine. You can say I'm lying. But using the emotes always brought out like the worst people. In a different, if you use the Iron Mouse emotes in a different chat, what would happen is like the worst, most annoying chatters would like at you and like post their own VTuber emotes. And you're like, oh, come on. Come on. I don't. It's like it's a dog whistle for VTubers. Uh, did I not? Did I not beat the map? Play campaign? Aegis? Yeah, no. Where were we? We were on Erica, right? Yeah, Aegis. Go. No? Yansumo? Buh. Bruh. Well, what? Don't bruh me. Go. HC Justin. I can't believe Justin is 40. Okay, sector cap. What's my tutorial though? Planet map, schematics, core database. I'll be 40 soon? I don't believe you. You're younger than me, Stance. You can't say shit like that, because that means I'll be 40 soon. And if I'm gonna be 40 soon, I'm gonna fucking cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. You're gonna make me cry. $4D. Did they still make 4D movies? They kind of stopped making 3D movies, which, you know what? Fair play. They kind of sucked ass. But they also kind of stopped making 4D movies. And if you've never had a 4D experience like me, from my understanding, they're basically like, what are they basically like? I suppose what they're basically like is like they also have like mist and like maybe your chair moves and then like they funnel like smells into the theater. Like farts and stuff. You know, just normal theater fare. They spray water at you. You're thinking of Shamu from SeaWorld. Actually, is SeaWorld still around? Is it still canceled for all the mistreatment of animals? Art Master 18. I wasn't there for that bit. I don't know what that is. Is that a Chibli bit or a Northern Lion bit? Or do they like share custody of it? Minecraft movie will be available in 4D. Movies are back. Picture of what's his name? Bryan Cranston throwing something out. Movies are bad. Partmaster insta banned in the Polish chat. I guess, are you guys Stanchion Sumo? If you had a chat archetype, or no, if you had like a streamer who you were like a chatter of, who would you be? Are you a Northern Lion, Andy? Are you a Chibli Chode? I think that's what they're called. Are you a Apollo? Can you rephrase the question? If there was a chat, if there was a streamer race war, right? Whose streamer race would you be on the side of? Nope, you know what? Scratch that. If there was a streamer war, whose army would you be in? That's a better, less problematic way of saying it, I think. I think I belong right here. Nipsey, we are gonna die. We are gonna die so fast. You are screwed. I'm not even gonna be on your side, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm going to the Germamites. I'm going over to Germa's side. I think he's got the players. I think he can forge a good alliance. Oh, are we at war? In this scenario, we're not currently at war. We're at like DEFCON 4. I think I would be a citizen of Chib Nation by default. I don't even chat in Northernline stream. That's fair, that's fair. So Chibli Nation, huh? Okay, I'm joining Kai Cenat. You don't get to join Kai Cenat. Well, I mean, maybe you do. Do you chat in Kai Cenat's chat? Is there even a point to it? I'm modded in the Polish chat, but I'm defecting immediately to whoever wants me. All right. All right, Sumo. That's a... That just makes me think that Apollo's what is Apollo's like demonym for his chatters? Like what are they called? You've never been in Kai Cenat's chat? Well, you can't join Kai Cenat's chat if you haven't been there. That's just, I don't know, you can't do that. You know what? That's at 3 a.m. my eyes are closed. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, but Stanch, you're here now. Which, I mean, thank you for considering me to be a better streamer than Northern Lion. I appreciate that. To transfer items dragged from your ship to your... Oh, wait, what? I didn't know you could do this. That's cool. Okay. Sector captured. So, I mean, how do I go to the next sector? Abandon? No, I don't want to abandon. Map objective. Commence the conquest. Gather resources. Produce units. And begin. Commence means begin, right? Or does it mean end? Polish chat is full of real gamers and not really of those with true chatter spirit. They're real gamers, but they're not like capital G hard R gamers. Which is like better. It's not ideal, but it is better. You know? It's definitely better. Okay, I got the gist. Map objective settings back? No, that just goes back. Then abandon? The sector score will self-destruct? No, don't do that. I don't want to quit either. I just what do I do? They love to discuss the game. Is the game one of those Is that the one that's like how to have sex with women books? Or is it one of the ones that is what's like the female version of that? There's also like a not The Secret. The Secret is like how to how to make like your wildest dreams come true. I think that's a different type of book, right? Yesterday you started an Elden Ring randomized, so I don't think they're having sex out there. All right. All right. Isn't Sumo a mod there? You just try to dunk on him a little, negging him. He's already your fiance. I don't think you can neg him anymore. I don't think there's no need for that. I'm the only guy who wants to drive conversation in Upback chat, but they ignore me. Yeah, that's how some chats are. You know what? I've noticed something. I love Germa, but I think his chat is bad for one reason only. There's only one reason Northern Lion's chat is bad, and it's Northern. No, sorry, not Northern Lion. Oh my God, I'm getting all the bald streamers confused with each other. Germa's chat is bad for one very specific reason, and it's this: Germa is so popular that they have to have slow mode on, and slow mode makes it really bad to have funny chats because people never plus to each other. People never tell each other that's a good joke. People never build off of what other people are saying. And so what that does is it, because you're limited in your conversation, most people when they chat, they want like the streamer to recognize and like respond to them. Most times, right? Sometimes people want to talk to each other, but primarily the function is that, right? And so when people make a funny joke in Germa's chat, even if you thought it was hilarious, you're not gonna tell the other person it was hilarious, because then they won't. Then you're on a timeout. You have to wait another 30 seconds before you can put in another like order to try to get Germa to read your chat message. And so slow mode stifles like creativity. I've never seen a funny Germa chat message. You probably haven't been reading mine then. You probably didn't read the ones that I wrote. You probably didn't read those. Anyway, hello Shiki Khan. How's the new computer? Computing. What if I collect all of my beam nodes? Is that a good idea? Is centralizing power actually a good thing? Me after Stalin dies? I've never watched a Germa stream. I'm purely Eclipse Andy. Eclipse Andy. That was actually, remember the Eclipse? That was so cool. I went to NL's hometown of Kingston to watch it actually. Not because NL used to live there, but just because of it being very it was a nice spot for the Eclipse. We got like totality for a whole minute. It was awesome. I didn't know that. I went to Hamilton. Yeah. Hamilton. Well, I mean, at least you got to be in Hamilton. My brother also is in Kingston, so that was also like a good reason. You went on the pilgrimage. No, I mean, I did pilgrimage a bit, but also just to see the eclipse. It was sick. It was honestly, words cannot describe it. If I had to, I would describe it like this. The sun disappeared for a little while behind the moon. So maybe maybe words can describe it a little bit. I wish I could have traveled for it. It's a trek. I mean, depending on where you live, it's a trek, right? Um, But for me, it was like not that bad. It was like 3 hours of driving, really not that big of a deal. And you know what? Fucking if we love the eclipse so much, why the hell do we still keep like pulling the sun down and having daylight savings time? Gonna go to the gym? All right, see you later, Stanch. Have a good gym. Would have been a 10-hour drive if I recall correct. Yeah, 10 hours one way, that's a much tougher sell. They always say like the eclipse will only happen once every like 150 years, and then like you look and they're like, we'll have another eclipse in 4 years, and you're like, well, what are you guys talking about? Because I remember when I was a kid, I missed out on like an eclipse. No, I don't even think I was in the kid. I was like, it was a few years ago, maybe like 8 or 7 years ago. There was one that was close to Ontario, and we got a partial eclipse, and they're like, this eclipse is never gonna happen for another 150 years, and then surprise, surprise, we got this one, and I actually got totality. So I'm like, what do they mean by it'll never happen again? I don't get it. What? Okay, I'm lost at what's happening in this game. Save and quit. Yes. Am I? So I've done this. Locked, 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 locked. The aunt. I'm on Erica, right? Do I have to go to ground zero? I don't want to go to ground zero. Am I missing Aegis? Capture Aegis? I did capture Aegis, no? Okay, let's try to capture Aegis some more, I guess. Sector captured. I'm gonna Google this. I'm kind of confused. Mindustry. What to do after sector captured? Okay. This means the sector is safe and there is no enemy left unless you get attacked. Great. So what do I need to do now? What? Hi, Scully. My little princess of pomp. Did you pee yourself? I couldn't sleep last night, so I went to the couch to watch The Simpsons. And then Scully followed me. And then she got on the couch, and then she took up half the couch, and I didn't have a good night's sleep. There was a partial like 7 years ago, I remember, because I looked at it through a welder's mask. I remember the coolest part about the partial eclipse was like the trees. So like the foliage, right? Through every single like piece of leaf, you could see the partial eclipse because of like every little leaf made a whatchamacallit, like it made like a camera obscura, and I thought that was really cool. Everything is locked. Resume, change icon, resume. I mean, okay, I don't get it. Do I need to fill it up? Welder's mask is a... What does that mean? Build progress, nothing. Oh, because we're out of something. No, we got everything. Good head armor and Zomboid. Ain't that the truth? How is B42 going, by the way? I heard like mixed things about it. I heard good and bad. Been interested in checking it out though. Or I would be interested in checking it out. I like how leading up to the eclipse was still bright out, but less bright than normal in a different way than the sunset. Yeah, it was honestly what I didn't realize is just how much like the sun's kind of doing for us, if that makes sense. Like it was kind of crazy how cold it got, how quickly, right? Like it got like cold and it kind of stayed cold the whole time. It blew my mind. And then afterwards, my eyes were really itchy, but that's okay. The doctor said that the cataracts will not heal. Heard it was okay the two streamers I watched want to let it cook longer. How about I'll give you an alternative opinion. I think that it's already fully cooked. What am I basing this off of? Nothing. I just, I just think a second opinion is important. Hey, what is that? Oh, it's just dirt. It's just dirt and rock and seeds. N. Okay, I gotta Google this. What to do? Mindustry, the onset stuff. There we go. There should be a sector named Aegis unlocked. There is not. Restart the sector by abandoning it? It seems some tech from other planets was required. So both planets need to be done simultaneously. I figured... I always remember to research whatever you can. Oh, and I got a Discord message. Oh, Germa will be live later. I won't tell you when, because then you'll watch Germa and you'll be like, Germa's so much funnier than you. But his chat messages are so much worse. What am I missing? I need tungsten, silicon, graphite, water, beryllium, breach. Every streamer's fantasy is to have a big enough chat so that sometimes people will backseat you when you get stuck. Move on to the next map, but how do I go to the next map? How do you move to press N? Okay, I pressed N. You're kidding me. Piece of crap. Okay. Yes, let's launch. The sector contains deposits of tungsten. It researched the impact drill to mine this resource. Sure, let's launch there. Yippee! Oh, Scully had a really big International Women's Day. A real big one. She got a haircut and she went to the vet and she did not like any of that. She was one unhappy camper, quite frankly. But you know what? She's been licking her everywhere, quite frankly, too much recently. And so we want to make sure, make sure that she's okay. And it seems that the doctor's like, there's no reason she should be doing this. And then my wife was like, yeah, okay, but she is. So what should we do about it? What is this? Reinforced conduit. Turbine condenser. I don't know what that is. What is that? Reinforced conduit. Interesting. But now I think she's fine. She's yeah, she's doing better. Definitely doing better. Doesn't moves fluids forwards, doesn't accept conduit inputs on its side. Okay. Reinforced liquid junction. Reinforced bridge conduit. Reinforced liquid router. Interesting, interesting. Radar gradually uncovers. Okay, I know how radars work. CIA ass. We need some silicon. And the way we make silicon is I forget. But the point of the story is I forget that too. What would be a good cliff face? Something rectangular. I am rectangular. Shiki-kan, if you're still here, how is the build? How is building the computer of your dreams? Do you know he's from Toronto? Shiki-kan? I did not know that. Is that true? Or presumably you mean somebody else. But I don't know the rectangular guy. I did not know that. I don't actually, quite frankly, know who that is. I think I heard somebody say it and then I said it. Like a sheep who's about to be milked. Silicon arc. What does this one do? Refined silicon from sand and graphite. Yes, let's refine a little. Refiners, make your marks. Who's watching Game of Thrones? Not Game of Thrones. Well, actually maybe Game of Thrones, you know? Who's watching Severance? I think he's an almost billionaire who is having a midlife crisis and making music. That's the dream. That's the dream, you know? Wait, let me look at this. You may not switch sectors. I just want to look at it. I just want to look at my. Can I look at it? Can I just look at it? No. I want to copy a design. All my friends, but not me. Oh, I think it'd be nice to be a billionaire making music and having a midlife crisis. Severance, a Game of Thrones series. Well, I mean, they kind of did that, right? Like, Apple TV is so funny to me. I laugh. I guess it's not that funny to me. But it is crazy to me, like, how it is a thing that exists, I guess. Because you notice it immediately. I've been rewatching Ted Lasso because I don't know. I don't know. I needed a nice little fun show, and you start noticing. You don't even start noticing. It's very obvious how every single product is an Apple product. And now I'm on that Apple train, I guess. I mean, I guess the only reason I have Apple TV really is because I bought an iPhone. So, makes you think. That's how they get you. The Ted Lasso's using an iPhone. That means I can use an iPhone. That means I can be a soccer coach. Have you seen Slow Horses? I have. I actually have. I really like it. I think Slow Horses is amazing. It's amazing, honestly. Really good. Seasons have varying quality. I think the Assassin season was not as good. But that's just, that's just my take on it. Radar. Oh, look at this. I only saw season 1, but I want to watch it again. It is very good. Season 1 is a very strong season. Move into core. Tungsten can be mined using an impact drill. I guess we have to research that, don't we? I guess we don't need to research that. I guess we have to research that, don't we? Love Gary Oldman. He disappears into the role lickety quick. Only outputs items to the sides of the front path is blocked. Oh. Underflow duct. Opposite of an overflow duct. Outputs to the front if the left and right paths are blocked. Impact drill. When placed. Vent condenser. Condenses vents. Impact drill. Impact drill. Something funny joke. Tell. Gary Oldman is a GDB. Nah, not really. Why does the breach need water? Why does anything need water? Wait, where are we getting water from? Do turbine condensers put out water? Liquid capacity. Outputs 5 water per second. Okay. Reinforced conduit. I guess that's what we need. That is... It's updating a lot faster on my screen than it is on yours. It's no bueno. A junction, a bridge conduit, a liquid router. What does a liquid router do? Distributes fluids equally. Okay. The music is bopping. Do we not have enough water? What is happening? Yippee! Here you go. Load it up. Yum, 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 yum. 100 tungsten. 0 out of 100. I think the water graphic is bugged because it looks like oh, okay, I see why. I see, okay. I see. My apologies. We need more water. Me as soon as the game presents a challenge? What the hell? A new challenge? Maybe I'm not a yearner. Hello, why aren't you working? Duct router. Oh. Is this similar to Factorio? It is, but it isn't. Oh. How did those get there? Awkward. It's more of a it's like a base defense game. And it makes it harder to clean stuff too. Yikes. It's similar. It's also entirely free, which is kind of cool. And you can play it on your phone too, I believe. I've heard about it like a long time ago. I just want... No, don't delete it! Cancel, cancel, cancel. Pause building. Clear building. How do I build it? Oh, there we go. Oh, cool. It is oh cool. Peter O'Cool. What's that thing that Bart says? I'll be the best shoe shine in all Westminster. Yeah, shut up, boy. When they have to change their identity, I'll be Gobbity Gobbity. He has a specific name. The best shoe, the best, the best chimney sweep in all Westminster. Yeah, shut up, boy. You know, for somebody who's supposed to be producing water, you're not producing water all that well. One enemy core. Right, I need to probably fab some tanks. Oh, to set a unit factory's output destination, click a factory block while in command mode, then right click. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. It's like a mix of StarCraft and Factorio, which is pretty cool. We're out of silicon, huh? Why? Why do Oh, because I'm a stupid boy. Okay. I see. I see. The production's output is leaking into the production's input. I see. I see. Interesting. Oh shit, they came! Do not come. Oh, frick. This is what I was worried about. You might be wondering what it is that I was worried about. I was worried that the game won't be as relaxing as I hoped. We need tanks now. Rocks, give me rocks. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me... Oh god, they're doing drive-bys on it. No, not a rotator, a router, an overflow duct. No, no, it's over. It's over. It's ogre. Yeah, just rebuild everything. All right. Abandon. Yes, let's self-destruct. Oh, that was it. Okay. Okay, I messed that one up. Sector A just lost. Yeah, it really was. Okay, we gotta build a lot faster, is what I'm trying to... I'm learning. That was Mindustry. Yes. Pretty cool. Cool vibe. I like how it looks, and also that it's like a free mobile game that also works on the PC. But I think I'm done with it for now. Yeah, just for now. Let's I want a specific vibe today. And that specific vibe is I couldn't sleep at all last night, and then daylight savings time ruined my life. And then I'm really tired today. Type vibe. Is that why I moved the stream to 2 hours later? Yes and no. I want to wage a war against daylight savings time, but I'm afraid that daylight savings time is winning. Which is scary. We could just chat for a little bit too. Let's go into just chatting. Just chatting. And we'll just we'll call it having a giggle, mate. That way people think I'm British. People will love British people, right? Time such a fun time gaming, and then it was 3 and I was sad. Oh. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, I was watching Germa and I was looking at ants ant stuff. You know, let's look at ant stuff. Is that crazy? Can I send you an am I the a-hole? Yeah. You can for sure do that, sure. You can even send it in like chat. That's all good. Oh, it's a Twitter. Sure. Twitter. I mean, you know. Okay. Let me just set it up. My cool transitions aren't working. Oh. All right, we got a special request from a mod. We love our mods, don't we, people? Yes, we do. To read an AITA that was posted on Twitter, and we won't judge the mod for being on Twitter. Am I the asshole for letting a neighbor make packed lunch for me? My wife used to pack lunch for me, but I noticed a while back that she stopped making lunch like she used to. Oh boy, already. That's a strong starting point. Thank you for this, Nipsey. Okay. Um I'm just setting up the views, the rendezvous. I do what I can, and we thank you for it. Not out loud and not monetarily, but we do thank you for it. Thank you. Thank you. My wife used to pack lunch for me, but I noticed a while back that she stopped making lunch like she used to. Before, she would get creative with it, take her time, try new recipes, put little special touches here and there, etc. Then I felt like it just became, okay, what are the kids having? I'll just make an extra one and give it that to him. No shit, idiot. What are you talking about? Of course. Of course. What do you mean? You have kids? You have kids. Oh jeez. I would make my own lunch, but for one, it's not the same as when she makes it. Haha. Yeah, because you have to do work, dumbass. Fucking idiot. And two, I work in construction, so by the time I come home, all I want to do is hit the sheets. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna soapbox from my ivory towers and my Ovaltine tower, but that's not really a good excuse. And all the places, it's like 4 sentences started with and already. And all the places to get lunch near the construction site are expensive, so I'd rather just bring something from home. So I brought it up to her one day and we talked about it, and she told me that she had so many things to do in a day that she didn't have as much time to put her energy into making me lunches like she used to. Duh! No shit. But I could see that she genuinely felt bad because I noticed the next few lunches were more polished than the previous ones. I. Okay. Okay. This guy's an idiot. This guy's an idiot. This guy is an idiot. And not because they were construction, but because they're an idiot. Like, I'm sorry, you're stupid. I mean, it's rude, but come on. Are you kidding me? Um, sorry, give me one quick moment. There we go. At least they're communicating. That is true. They win the Iron Cross of communication. um, okay, they were more polished than the previous ones, and I appreciate her so much for trying that. When the quality of the lunches started to go down again, I didn't even have the heart to complain. What do you mean the quality of the lunch is starting to go down? She's not running a bistro. Fast forward, I have a day off, so my wife drags me to a Bible study that's been being hosted at a neighbor's house. And don't even get me started on women trying to drag you to church every Sunday morning. Like, gas ain't cheap. The food was so good that I kept coming back for more. After my third plate, the woman who made the food and I started talking. Basically, she told me that she was flattered that I liked her food so much and that she was trained to be a chef and that she had more food that she would like me to try out. I told her that would be perfect because I always looking for different things to try, and whatever food she made, I could just pick up in the morning and take with me to lunch. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. We exchanged information. The next day, she sent me an address to her home, which turned out to be right on my way to work and not too far from the construction site. So that's where I've been getting lunch for the past few days. Okay. She said, I told my wife that she didn't have to make lunch for me anymore, and she didn't say anything until today. She said she thought I was getting lunch from the store. Yeah. Yeah, that's reasonable for her to assume. Uh, and I said that I didn't see why that matters where I'm getting it from. I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, you're being naive, right? I don't want to get into like the whole whatever it's called, like emotional cheating or whatever, because this sounds like it's not emotional cheating. It sounds like it's nutritional cheating. uh, she said she doesn't want me to pick up lunches from there anymore. I told her she was being unreasonable for no reason. Yes, she's being unreasonable for no reason. We had a big argument a few hours ago and she's still mad. I think naive is a good word. Naive is a good word, but what does that have to do with anything? Am I the asshole? I really don't see the problem. She doesn't have to worry about taking time out of her day to make lunch for me, and I'm getting quality lunches again. Brother, you can't say that. You can't say you're getting quality lunches again. It's like Doug Ford saying, I have enough to eat at home, you know? You can't say shit like that. How is this not a win-win for everybody? I'm confused. Edit. I know what you guys are planning, but I can't. It can't be because she thinks I'm cheating. I told her she could literally check my hours when I arrive at work. I have to clock in. If I was going over to her place to cheat, I would be clocking in late. Oh boy. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Thank you for this. That's so funny. Is this a real person? No, they just post stuff. Okay, I see. But you're not the asshole maybe, but you can't do that. It's just not done. It's just not done. If your wife thinks you're cheating on her, maybe I mean, I don't even think it's like an insecurity thing, quite frankly. I just think it's weird to be getting it's not that weird, but it is a little weird, right? Like I would feel betrayed if my wife was getting like lunches from some random person after I used to make them for her, right? I think personally that's how I would feel. Look at this, a full screen view. Yeah. That's just because it's weird that he doesn't like tell her that that's what he was doing, you know? He's like, you don't have to make lunch for me anymore, and then just doesn't elaborate. I think it's the best type of am I the asshole where someone is just oblivious to why what they're doing is wrong. Yeah. Yeah, it is because it kind of feels like there's like no harm done, right? Like it has like that emotional it has less emotional baggage. Not non-emotional baggage, but less. Fewer emotional baggage, I guess. Ugh. All right, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Starting to worry that maybe I'm not cut out for streaming full time. Because I feel like I don't know what I want to do. And I'm worried that all the segments are like gonna be bad, and then I'm worried that like people won't like them, and then I look at the view count, the view count will make me upset. So you know what? We're gonna not care for a little bit. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do stuff that I want to do. We're gonna look at ant stuff, ant formicariums. Just gonna look at those. I just want to look at those. I think that'll be fun. You know? And I'm not gonna change the stream title. I'm tired of doing that too. We're just gonna do it. If you like it, your chat will follow. I mean, it'd be nice if that were true. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but we can pretend it is. Okay, ant formicariums. Let's check out Canada ant colony. I used to do this a lot. Like as a kid, this is what I would. I used to be an ant kid. Oops. I used to just look online at ant stuff. And I'm thinking maybe I'll get back into it, honestly. Why not? I'm an adult. The only tricky part is that I don't want to it's feeding the ants, right? It's kind of a pain in the reticulum, to feed them. But, maybe it'll be fine. Ant formicaria. Look at this one. That one looks really cool. Huh. Soldier ant founding starter kit. What's in that? Oh, ant colony. Ant voucher. I guess they don't really have any ants right now, huh? That makes sense. So, but what is the description? This is a great set for beginners on a budget. In this starter set, you will get. That sounds like AI wrote it. Canada ant colony. I don't. None of these products are endorsements, by the way. I just love looking at like the little thingies that they have. I used to actually, I used to keep ants, but on top of keeping ants, I used to also make ant colony things. And you'd think that like the way that most people keep ants, you'd think that they keep them in like like the ant farm stereotypical thing, something like this. Actually, no, not like this. Holy crap! Times have changed so much. I'm thinking, yeah, the Uncle Milton ant farm. This thing. Let's not go to Amazon. But this thing, right? I'm picturing a maze in dirt. Exactly. Most people picture mazes in dirt. And look at this. This is basically it. This is like what everybody pictures in ant farms. But now you look at ant farms and it's actually not like the default. There's this type and there's also like the gel type. A lot of people remember the gel type too. This one looks more insane. This looks like a cyber goth rave is what it looks like, But you know what? Yeah, we're gonna talk ants. I was second guessing myself. You know what? But we're not gonna second guess ourselves. Just chatting, talking ants. Yes. Who cares? You know. Let's have fun with it. Talking ants. Talking ant. Or talking ant. It sounds like I'm an ant that talks. Oh, whatever. Who cares? Picturing a maze in the dirt. You already said that, or rather. But then look, so things have changed. Things have evolved so much. I think I started getting into like ant keeping. Mm, at least since I was what? I want to say it must have been at least since we moved into the house, my parents' house, because we used to live in apartments before that, and that was grade 6. So at least since I was what, 12, 13? Because I remember some kids were like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm looking at the ants." Some neighborhood kids. You know the ones, neighborhood kids. They're not really trustworthy, but you're kind of friends with them because you live in the same neighborhood. Um, yeah, I remember that, but I think I kept ants before that. I think maybe the first time I bought test tubes. I'll get into the whole how of it, of the whole rigmarole about how you keep ants. And things might have changed, but I remember this used to be like between the gel farms and the Uncle Milton farms. Not that. That's all anybody knew about ant keeping. But things have evolved. I mean, if you look up Ant Farm, half of these are for something called Ant Farm, which is like a Disney show for kids. But the other half is actually much more interesting. Like even this is like an advanced design compared to what existed before because it has a little, I want to say that's a nectar dispenser. And I bet there's a way to keep the substrate moist. Because the thing that you need to do, the most important thing about keeping ants, as I've been learning recently, I think, is the humidity. So it's really important to have good humidity in a farm. And so that's why a lot of people don't keep sand farms because sand farms are prone to collapsing on themselves if you don't keep the humidity consistent. And keeping consistent humidity is a lot harder than keeping it in like a range that works for the ants. So what a lot of ant keepers do is they have something like this. Um, this one says so the designs have changed a little bit. Everybody's into magnets now. I've noticed people love magnets on the ant farms, um, which is cool. I'll give them that. It is cool. And I think if I'm gonna have an ant farm, oh, that's not what I meant to do. I think I'm gonna have an ant farm. I'm gonna have magnets too. Um, but yeah, it's become a huge thing. Look, now there's things like this. This one looks like it's made out of maybe some sort of mold, or it could have been No, it's definitely a mold cast. This one could be maybe gypsum. I used to make them out of plaster of Paris, which is a lot brighter. Not this. This I think looks like Ytong. And Ytong is like this material that's kind of it's like a semi-porous material that you can carve, but it's like too hard for the ants to actually like get at. They don't really have a purchase on it. And so Ytong used to be like the main, like the most popular thing. And I think part of the reason that it was so popular is because um, it was more common in the UK than it is, not the UK actually, in Europe than it is in America. Because the majority of ant keepers in the past, they would all be German. So you would go to the German forums and be you would browse it. You'd need Google Translate. Google Translate wasn't like a browser extension. We didn't have extensions back then. We just had Google Translate, and you had to try to figure out which words meant like ant formicariums or like pictures of your build and stuff like that, right? So that was where you would go to find all the cool ant shit, is the German ant forms. And they would always build with Whitehorn. And I was getting so nostalgic last night looking at like pictures of that. So I kind of want to take this time today to just look some more. Maybe share my love of ants with you. Um, First time ant farm help. So there's even subreddits for ant keeping now, which is insane. But because back when I did this, we didn't even have Reddit. All we had is Dig. Yeah, look at this DIY formicarium. Like people call things formicariums now. They don't call it ant farms. I didn't know. I don't know if I knew you were into ants. Yeah, I mean it's not really. It's not been something that like people talk. It's not been a great conversation topic because a lot of people don't like ants because they think of them as pests and they think of them as bugs, and they are bugs and they can be pests. I mean, my parents had ant problems. Actually, I had ant problems. Third to fourth year of university, we were living in this shithole called Timber Creek, and I hate that place. It's on the corner of University and I want to say Queen. It's a piece of shit. It's near Laurier, so you already know it's bad news. And it was a dump. Like it was huge. We didn't have any furniture to fill, and it had like silverfish everywhere. And then at one point we had like an ant problem. We would get all these ants in our tea kettle. We had so many tea kettle ants. We had to throw out the tea kettle when we moved. But I remember just having tea and being like, I don't remember, why didn't the sugar melt? And you look down and there's just like a raft of ants. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. It's too early in the day for this, right? Also, the windows weren't insulated and it dropped to like 15 degrees in the winter. I wasn't living there. My girlfriend was, and I told her to like go to the landlord tenant board about it. She never did. And eventually, like she complained enough, and they didn't do enough. They like put like a insulating thingy, but like the insulation like kind of was useless. It sucked. It was not enough to keep the apartment warm. So yeah, it was it's a shithole. But yeah, I wanna see the developments that they've made. Honeypot ants now available? $190. Oh my, just for the queen. That's actually crazy. Just for a queen. All right, let me start from the start actually. Let's go to ant keeping. Ants Canada. Ants Canada used to be very cool, and now I think he's just become like a clickbait guy. But I think there's still some good info about it. Um, so yeah, I just want to read a bit. Ants can I could have been Ants Canada. I could have if I kept at the hobby, I could have been Ants Canada. I didn't realize ants would get so big. Um, I'm sure maybe you've heard about Ants Canada. But I don't know, there's some drama about it. People are like, it's not about the ants anymore, which is true. It's more about like a business. It's like It's become a duck dynasty, right? I don't think it's about the ducks anymore. It's about it's about the ants. I didn't know that about Ants Canada. Well, I don't know. I don't really follow the drama. I've just been the myrmecology subreddit has some drama about it, which is very funny. Every niche community has like the funniest drama, you know. It's the best. It's the best. I love it. Um, it's the best. So yeah, I mean, so it's coming up. It's March. If I still don't have a job, I don't know. I got to decide what I'm doing with my life. I hope streaming works out. I think I need to make the content better, but that's neither here nor there. We can talk about it a bit too, whatever. I do, yeah, stream has to improve. Streaming will continue until morale improves. We're gonna try World of Warcraft. I know the last stream was hilarious, and then some jokester updated my YouTube page and the name and everything to say, oh, my bank statement got leaked, right? But I think we'll try it out. Next Wednesday, we're gonna have a real World of Warcraft Wednesday. Um, and maybe, hopefully, I'll get so addicted to it that I'll just play it all the time. Not hopefully, but it is a possibility. We gotta figure out some long plays too. But Sundays, I like keeping Sundays kind of open, doing stuff like this. So yeah, let's do it. Let's do a bigger dive into ant keeping. I mean, the whole thing starts with the queen. I don't know if you know this, but ants, most species, not all, most have only a single queen, and the queen lives 4 to 5 years. And then there's different castes of ants. It depends again on the colonies, but in general, there's at least worker ants, and sometimes there's majors. When some species have like specializations, like the doorhead ant, he's like, "What's my job?" And it's like you block the door at parties, and you're like, "Oh fuck, that's all I do. That's all my life is." Um, and then also, there's queens and there's drones, and the drones they basically mate with the queens and then they die. But the queens are the ones you want to get. So what you do is you and now it's become so easy. I'm so excited about this. Maybe I'll actually do it. It's become so easy to find out about like ant flights because nobody cared about this stuff when I was a kid. I spent many a summer trying to find like queen ants. And a lot of species, have this thing called a nuptial flight, which is a funny way of saying the ants, all the drones and the virgin queens, they get out and they fly around and they fuck in the air, and then the queen lands somewhere and she founds her colony, right? And so usually for a lot of species there's like a 1 week window where the nuptial flights happen, and the thing about nuptials is that they only happen on certain weather conditions. So usually it has to be really warm and it has to be pretty humid. At least in Ontario, in Toronto, that's what I found is when it happens is when it's warm and it's humid. For most species. Some species they're a lot more adventurous, I guess. But when you see like swarms of ants and there's a lot of ants with like wings, that's when you know that the nuptials are happening. And so what you do is on a warm summer day like that, you go out and you start looking for those landed queens. And the best queen to get is ones that don't have wings. Because what happens is they fly, the queens fly, the drones fly after them. They're honking, they're beeping, they're like, I'm so fucking horny. And so hopefully they copulate I think they do it in the air. Good for them. I would have crashed. But they copulate in the air. And then when the queen lands, if she finds a suitable spot, she usually eats her wings. So what you want is to find something that looks like a queen ant without wings. Because if she still has wings, it means that she might not have fricked yet. And if you get a queen that hasn't fricked yet, she's not going to lay eggs. Mile High Club, basically. But like, okay, you see like a queen ant, right? So queen ants, they kind of look very specific, right? And by very specific, I mean they don't look specific at all. They don't look specific at all. They look big. That's it. They look big. They look bigger than your average ant, and they usually have a pretty big thorax. But this is the problem. They don't have that big of a thorax until they start laying eggs, right? So they just kind of look a little bigger than normal ants. And do not mistake them for a major. So a major is usually, these are all, you're not going to find any of these. Maybe you'll find this one. Major ants are big too, but their butts are small. The anaconda don't want none unless it's got buns on. And then the anaconda is you with your hands trying to pick up a queen from the sidewalk. So don't pick up a major. They're usually way faster. They scuttle around. They're crazy. But queens, especially, there have to be nuptial flights, and then they also have to be they gotta have a big ass. So what do you do when once you got that queen? I'll tell you what you do, what you really, really do. You put it in a, I don't even know I'm wearing headphones. There's no audio. You put it in a test tube. My wife got these from work, and I wasn't sure what we're gonna do with them, but I think we know what we're gonna do with them now. So you put them in a test tube, and you're like, isn't that inhumane? Number one, they're bugs. Number two, it is humane, and I'll explain why. And also, I do care about ants. Like I don't like ants dying, so I would not torture them for no reason. But what you do is you fill it up a little bit with water, and then you put a cotton pad in there, cotton ball, right? And then so what happens is the water will seep into the cotton pad um, to make it wet, obviously. And then it'll provide the humidity and the moisture that the queen needs. So you get the queen, you get the water, you get the cotton pad, so the queen doesn't drown. You get the queen in there, and then you seal it up with whatever you want, but usually another cotton pad. And so what happens is you leave her alone in a cold, no, not a cold, just a dark place. Because ants hate light. You leave her alone in a dark place for I don't know. I would suggest doing it actually for like a few months, but I know you're not going to be able to do that. So I suggest leaving her in a place where you can adjust the light so you can peek in without jostling her at all. And you want to leave her there for at least a month to let her settle down. You don't feed her. Queen ants, once they lay eggs, so the idea is for them to lay eggs, right? They lay eggs inside the test tube, and then uh eventually you'll get worker ants. You'll get the first colony, you'll get the first brood of ants. And so she doesn't eat until the worker ants come. She has enough like food stores for laying the eggs, and then also for feeding the first larva. So the egg cycle, I think, I might be incorrect on this, it's been a while, but it goes from an egg to a larva to a pupa to an ant. So the eggs don't do anything, they just kind of sit there. And she'll be like kind of clutching her bundle of eggs. I would say first batch is around 8, 9 eggs, ideally. So once she's got those eggs, they become larvae over time. And the larvae actually need to eat. And I think larva is the only stage of ants that eats protein. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's only when they eat protein. And so she feeds them. And then they become pupa, and pupa are kind of like cocoons. And that's when they like do a transformation to like an actual ant. And after a while, those pupa, they begin to become ants, and then they'll eventually hatch. And they're usually like see-through white for a while. Egg ant life cycle. I'm kind of queasy about bugs, if you can believe it, but I'm not queasy about ants. I think ants are just built differently, I guess. Ask a biologist. Yeah, okay, so they go from eggs to larva. Larva, they want food. The larvae are like, yum, 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 yum. Give me food, give me protein. They are eating machines, and they need to eat, right? When larvae are large enough, it metamorphoses. That's like when you become a cockroach, I believe, if Kafka is to be believed. Into papa or pupa. And actually, this metamorphosis, I think that's when they decide what kind of ant it'll be. This says it'll only turn into a male, a queen, or a worker. I don't know if majors are necessarily a different caste or are they a result of eating more food. That part I'm not too sure. Because the first batch of workers that the queen makes are super small compared to later batches. And this might astound you, but those small, like the lifespan of an ant is like 1 to 2 years. Like they don't live like 10 days or whatever. They live like a few years. So anyway, yeah. Can you influence a kind of ant with temperature and stuff? You can. But actually what happens is actually the workers do it, right? The queen does it and the workers do it. So it is like a temperature related thing that causes them to become whatever caste they grow up to be. And yeah, also all workers are female. All workers in an ant farm are female. Basically, everybody's a female that does anything in the ant world, except for the males who just like mate once and then, well, maybe sometimes twice if they're lucky, and then they die because they don't do anything. They don't do anything at all. Um, yes, but yeah, the queen influences the outcome by the temperature. They're different from bees. This a lot of people think bees and ants are related, but ants are closer to wasps than they are to bees, which is surprising to some people. But uh, yeah, it's literally bees have to feed like royal jelly, I believe, to make a queen bee, whereas ants don't. There's no like special food that needs to be fed to make like a queen or like a drone. The dude just comes, right? Well, not if you want to come again. You gotta, it's a give and take. So yeah, you got your first workers. Usually what they suggest is to feed them a bit of like what's it called? Honey water. I think I've screwed that step up a lot in the past. And then they also need protein. They need the protein for the larva. And I think I've also screwed up that step a lot in the past. Cuz it's funny. You need to source your protein. The best protein that they can get is like live dead bugs, right? Like recently killed bugs. The problem is that a lot of bugs are eating stuff that will kill ants. Like they eat a lot of insecticide, they eat a lot of just bad food, and it will kill the ants. And so you need to like a lot of people like grow their own like superworms or mealworms and stuff, and I'm like, that's so gross. I don't. All those bugs are gross. Ants are not gross. I don't know how to describe it to you. I mean, they are like very clean, but like that's the part I'm worried about is how am I gonna keep how am I going to not keep how am I going to feed the ants, once they get there. And then a classic beginner mistake is to get too big a colony for them, right? So this is what spurred the whole thing. I love looking at like their little houses. So this let's look at this. This is the all you need starter kit. It has a way of holding test tubes. Nice, that's nice. I don't know what that is. It's funny the way that you motivate ants to move from like a smaller farm or formicarium to a bigger one is you give them unfavorable living conditions. So like you blast them with light or like you make it a bit warmer than it should be. Not too much because you can kill them, right? But you basically provide them like an alternative that's better than where they're living. and they're like, let's get out of here, and they like move house within like, depending on how big the colony is, like either like within a day or even within hours. Oh, let's look at this. Also, yeah, there's test tubes, there's wire tubing. Wire tubing I love. I don't know why. I've always loved wire tubing too. Again, none of this is an endorsement of any products that we're looking at. I just want to look at products because I love them. If I was gonna get back into this, I would not buy anything, by the way. I am making all the shit myself. Uh, like, let's look at this. This looks cool. That's mean. It's well, you want the best for them. It just, it takes a little while to motivate them to be their best. Um, so this thing here is called the outer world, and this thing is called the formicarium. So the formicarium is basically where the ants live. I'm having fun. Why'd you write it like you're being held at gunpoint? uh, Chatter's just yeah, I'm paying off different people in chat. It's like I'm having fun. um, but yeah, the formicarium is where the ants live, obviously, and then the outer world is where they go to forage. And foraging is where you'd be giving them like their food, their water, their sugar paste, you know? So outer worlds are they're cool. I think the statistic is that about 10% of a colony are above ground. So they don't like sending out workers to do stuff if they don't have to, right? So the outer world does get a lot of use for sure, but it doesn't get an insane amount. I want to see what the coupling system is between all these things. So there's a hybrid nest. Interesting. You see here there's like maybe you can see it. There's like a pellicle. There's like dots, I guess. Let me make this a bit smaller for the vertical crowd, if it even exists. We're just gonna assume it does. Hello, vertical YouTube. Um, I love watching insert streamer play the video game Ant Research. Yeah, they do. So they need humidity. Ants need humidity, and you can tell that this is like a plastic contraption, and so the humidity has to come from somewhere. And I believe that's what all these little dots are for. Is for the humidity to happen. And humidity is like one of the hardest things to control. Out of stock. Okay. Let's just go back to the start. We're going to read some of this. You ready to start an ant colony? Most commonly asked questions. I've been out of the game for a while. I'm horizontal, lying in bed. You shouldn't lie anywhere, not even in bed. Don't forget your hippopotamus oath. Yes, we have starter kits. Yes, of course. The all you need starter kit. The ultimate. This looks different. I want to see what that looked like. The AC and scan the starter gear pack. What's in this? See, the way that they have the tubes is very weird to me. I want to understand what that is. It looks like they have like standard test tubes. Yes, for culturing. One AC test tube rack. Yes. Two AC test. You know what? I should ask my wife if I can get ants. I don't know if she'll be too accommodating. Because here's the annoying part about them. You also gotta hibernate them. So well, actually, kind of every part of it is annoying. You can only start a colony when there's like queens flying around, right? So if you miss the window for the year, you basically missed it. For a lot of the bigger ant colonies, like they only kind of fly out like a year for like a week of a year. You have to hibernate them. So basically every year during the winter, you have to put them in like a cold storage. Um, a lot of people do the fridge. I don't think that'll work. I don't think the wife will let me put them in the fridge. So then I'm like, so then you got to figure out what you're gonna do. A lot of people do like a wine, not a lot of people. I'm saying a lot of people, but I'm realistically, there's only so many myrmecologists that actually keep ants that are not like biology degrees, right? So you got to hibernate them. You could do that in like a temperature controlled wine cooler. And that costs a lot of money. Um, and then, or you could do like in a garage. I don't have a garage. You got to feed them, obviously. But after that, they're kind of hands off. Obviously, housing them is kind of a pain because if you're not interested in building your own housing and stuff like that, kind of like the Premier of Ontario isn't, um, it's gonna cost you, right? Like, look at this. This costs $60, and the add to cart keeps shaking. Let me just. There we go. Just block that. Since 2009. That's when I was getting into the game too. I was actually gonna. I was working with a. Was it Ants Canada? You know what? Wait, let me. Give me a second. I might actually have like receipts from buying stuff from an ant seller. I remember I bought some ant store. No, that's not it. My ant farm. Ants. I swear I bought some ants at one point. Maybe it was in my dad's email. Oh. I remember having a conversation with somebody on the internet. Shocker, I know. About selling some ant farms that I used to make. But I don't know when. Oh, apparently I had ant problems when I was living in California too. Cool. Very cool. Oh my God, I have a lot of emails. Um, no, I can't find any correspondence that'll prove the veracity of my claims. But you should trust me anyway, maybe. Oh, antstore.net used to keep your password in plain text. Beautiful. Okay, well, I got to change my antstore.net password. Okay, let me look at these. These look like standard test tubes, right? But it looks like they fashion a it looks like they have a piece of rubber tubing over it. Not rubber, silicon tubing over it so that it slots into the other things, which is actually pretty smart. Um, actually, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that too. Um, but yeah, it's like water Lego a little bit. Yeah, you see, they love doing stuff like this. It's I don't know. It's like Legos, but with like living things, I guess. It's not a toy, right? But it combines so many of like things that I like together. I trust you. Thank you. This will motivate me to finally buy a 3D printer. Like, what is this thing? Doesn't that look cool? It's just awesome. What is it? Let's read. Test tube rack. Yeah, test portals used for feeding the young workers when they first arrive or for feeding a colony to another test tube. in case their current tube gets moldy. Mold is a big issue. I remember mold being an issue that you have to control. Uh, Large vinyl tubing, small vinyl tubing. It's just so cool. Maybe I'll do this. This will be the year of the ant. Provides easy connectivity between your standard test tubes and the vinyl tubes. Right, sure. What is this test? Is this a portal or a plug pack for plugging open entrances? Yeah, so you gotta feed the mealworms, and I don't like mealworms. Kind of gross. Test tube portal. Okay, let's see. What is this? Yeah, all these things you can definitely print with a 3D printer. And they're like so specific. It's like a meshing of two hobbies. I don't have a 3D printer right now. I've been thinking about getting one on and off. There was like a huge drama with like bamboo. I don't know what happened to that. If anybody knows, um, drop a information in the comments, or tell me right now if you're here. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a bamboo still. Maybe I will. I don't. We'll see. I just need a 3D printer that works. I don't need, but also one that won't hack me, right? Our new and improved is one of the most useful. Has four openings, a removable perforated cover for ventilation, micro holes. Has a small trap door for easy insertion of food. I see. Oh, okay, and there's a trap door. Oh, neat. That is neat. Okay, so it's just like a way to connect multiple things. Cool. And tower. That looks cool too. Okay, let's just keep reading this. Is that a printer? Bamboo? Yes, Bamboo is a printer company. They got into like some hot water. So they're like a Chinese-based printer company that kind of I wouldn't say they stole a lot of patents because I don't think they really did. I don't really care about that, but they have been trying to lock down like the ecosystem around their printer so that you only can use like the products that, or like the software that they provide, which is kind of the opposite of how like a lot of 3D printing was, because it started off as like a truly like open source product, right? And the idea was that eventually we get to the point where people could print printers with printers, um, like a nano machine sort of debacle, but with macro machines, I suppose. So anyway, that was the intent originally with printing in general. And then I think there's been some drama about it, about how they're like possibly spying on your network, stuff like that. And that as a security conscious guy, it's something that I'm averse to for sure. Um, so I would need to look into it again. But it'd be so cool to print your own just equipment for ant keeping, you know? All you need Omni Gear pack also contains everything you need. So this is like a CNC'd acrylic um, ant farm or formicarium, and those are also really cool. But those are harder, even maybe not harder, but they're definitely harder than like porous material, to regulate the humidity, and they also kind of look fake to me, you know? I was never a huge fan of them. I always loved the stuff that people used to make. Um, with like Yton. Printing printers is trippy? Yeah, it definitely is. Okay, so you see this is one of the test tube configurations. I'm sure this will have, yeah, you see this. Let's not get copyrighted or nothing. Ah, okay, I'll look at that later. I don't want to be like a React Andy for this. Yeah. So as you can tell, that you keep them in the test tube, and you can see kind of all the stages of life. I don't know if this is a myth, but I think ants only poop once in their life. But I think that's a myth. I think do ants once? Yes, ants poop. Yes. Okay, they do. Yeah, ants do process food and deposit waste. Okay, I thought that was a lie. I think or maybe it's a misrepresentation of the truth, which is that pupa only poop once. Ultimate ant keeping handbook. I bet this costs money. I bet this costs money. It costs money. Boo. All right. Well, actually, that's probably useful information, but not what we're interested in. Oh yeah, I was saying they have the honeypot ants. That's actually crazy. Anticipate the ants to ship by the first week of March. We already have the ants, but are waiting for better temperatures. I would love. Are these species local to me? Can you keep these? Check out the ant wiki. Distribution. Oh, they're only native in British Columbia? That sucks. Are you against buying a queen? I am in that insofar as a kid, I didn't have money to do it, and I'm like, they're ants. Why would I pay money for it? Look outside, bozo. And I also think that it like part of the journey is finding your own queen. Or would you IRL stream a queen search? That would be funny. I don't really want to do that because I don't really feel comfortable being live in real life outside. Um, for a number of reasons, I think. Um, and also, yeah, the other issue is that you need to make sure that the ants you have are native to where you live. These guys fly in March. But just British Columbia. So the reason why I'm saying that is honeypot ants are so cool. Because they make the workers do this. Some workers are basically designated to be like the fridge, and they literally like they fill them up with like sugars and stuff, and then they basically feed the other ones. And like you can see it here, you see these little they look like little eggs. Well, actually, they look like huge eggs. The honeypot ants will basically feed some workers, um and they become fridges. It's just so cool. And then you can also have them different what's it called, like you can feed them different colored food so that they'll have different colored ants inside, like yellow, green, blue. It's pretty cool. So here's the thing. Hanging repletes, yes. So they have repletes that are specifically for being basically fridges. The only true honeypot ant, the species requires hot conditions. Okanagan Desert. And last set in 2012. So they collect the species in Northern California. Interesting. I don't know. These should be kept at or above 30 degrees Celsius at above around 60% humidity. That's the other thing about ants, is that's why you want to keep ants that are native to you, because you'll have temperatures that are native to you, which makes so much sense, right? Because if they live in a different environment, guess what, bozo? They need different things. Uh, yeah, let's check out $61. I just want you to keep like a track of the prices of these things. It's not cheap. $120? Wow. How did it go from $61 to $120? Also, what do you even get? You get an ant colony. I guess a lot of these starters are with an ant colony. So what a lot of people do, they make the problem of getting too big a slice. They get like something like this. Oh, this is Boiton, cool. They get something like this, right? right after like the first year, and it's way too big for the colony they have. And ants don't like too much space. And sometimes like colonies don't want to move from like the test tube because this is too big. And they're like, why are my ants moving? And that's why. Why ton? Yeah, you see how porous this is? So an extremely porous material, but you can also like craft it. I don't know how they, this looks like it's CNC'd. If I'm being honest, just because of the way that just the curvature of everything. Um, and so porous materials are a lot easier because all you have to do is you have to like hydrate them, and they'll pretty evenly disperse the humidity. And it's one way to give. I don't know if it actually gives the ants any water, but it is a way to regulate the humidity. It's a very good way at that. And this, look at this. That is 3D printed 100. Yeah, look at the layer lines. They're not even hiding it, and I don't know why they would hide it. I don't expect them to, but this is very clearly 3D printed, and then acrylic face. Sure, you can tell it's acrylic because they also drilled holes into it, which you cannot do with glass. And I think that's why you will see as we keep going how many things are. Oh, that's all you have? Okay. All ant farms. You'll see a lot of things have magnets. I mean, this one I think has magnets. No, it does not. Interesting. Hydrostone. What's this made out of? And you see this nest is not suitable for highly destructive ants. Different ants species have different tendencies, right? I think this one's made out of a material that's porous, but also quite very. Sorry, what am I saying? Oh, yeah, the material is probably porous, but it's also probably soft. And different species, like carpenter ants, they're well known, I think, to a lot of people for causing like destructive damage to your property by they're not eating your wood. They live in the wood. They're not eating the wood, right? And so some materials are not suitable for some species of ants. This actually looks a bit like plaster of Paris to me, but it could be a different plaster. Um, yeah, hydrostone. They have a little hole here for irrigation. Yeah, all around pretty cool. Hydrostone nest camera. What does that mean? Oh, it's just the way it looks. I also love these little outer worlds that they have. That's the really fun thing is you can kind of make it your own, you know? It's like having your own Disney park, but all the people at it are ants, which is probably how Walt Disney felt. Um, but yeah, you get to design a little environment for them. It's you know what it is. It feels like Roller Coaster Tycoon, except you don't want to kill all the people in it. I'm sure most of you would want to kill all your people in it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's so cool. I know some people get freaked out by the amount of ants, like just like because ant colonies ideally get big, right? But I find it so cool. What is this? A large hydrostone nest. Youch! Oh, it means that it can be removable. I see. I think magnets do this, but better. But I have not built anything in a long time. That's like, do you have any very cool small mesh nest? Wood nests. Oh, that's so cool. I had acorn ants for a little while, which I did actually buy. They came in an acorn. But unfortunately, they're really, really small. Um, you can't really see inside the acorn. And then I think they died at one point. I mean, all these ants died probably because it's been like 15 years. Although my parents do have an ant problem. Maybe that's related. Is it like a trypophobia thing? I don't know. I don't know. Because you're going to have to ask somebody who has it, right? Look at this. This is cute. Oh, and look, they have some ants. Ants in my pants. I remember every time I Googled ants in the past, it would bring up Alien Ant Farm, and I'll be like, no, I don't want to listen to this stupid band. I just want to look up ant things. uh, Look at this, $220. You could make this if you're industrious enough on like $10, $15. If you don't have the machinery for it, it's gonna cost more, but still. But this is tiny, like 10 by 10 by 10. This nest is particularly suitable for wood nesting species that require no internal nest humidity. Just so cool though. Yeah, cork is also a really cool material, and you can kind of work with it really easily by hand. Because you just kind of like gouge into it or like cut around. It's really cool. And then also, I remember there were a lot of farms that instead of because it's kind of hard to like get like if you want to make like an indent in the cork, how do you get like you can make the hole, sure, right? But how do you get like the part like how do you take it out? And what a lot of people used to do is they would buy a lot of thin cork and they would layer it together, and so that way you can it's like 3D printing by hand, really. Now I thought of that band 100 times listening to you. No, that's fair. Oh, what is this? Small macaron. Composite gypsum. Gypsum was also a very common material, as I recall, for these. So you mold them, and then you wouldn't know if the mold set properly until like after you've like it's all settled. Aerated concrete, white plaster. I think these are just colors. I don't think they're actually. Although the yellow one is different. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, and so is the light blue one. Oh. Let's keep shopping. So these guys actually sell ants. These are kind of steep prices for a guy like me. So you can ship ants through the mail, I think. I mean, at least that's what we used to do. I don't know if it's technically legal or not. You can ship livestock. I mean, you can ship like 1,000 like ladybugs to your friend's house if you wanted to, right? Ooh, okay. You see this? I've seen this design, this exact design, in so many stores when I was browsing yesterday. It looks all right. Type 3 material. What the hell is that? Type 3 material. Ordinary. Okay. Amazing. Probably concrete or something. Ooh, what kind of ants are those? Oh, it's just normal ants. These ones use magnets. Neat. Window test tube array formicarium. So some test tube people have like they have weird test tubes like this. And I'm wondering what that is. This is a special edition of the test tube array formicarium. Holds the tubes in place. Removable. Each tube has a watering hole at the back. Oh, interesting. Okay. But what is the material inside of them? Oh, wait. For example, hey, Scully. She's so tiny after her haircut. Due to the hole in the back, test tubes are unable to hold full fluid capacity. Yes, of course. Lack of negative pressure. We recommend using crushed vermiculite or perlite. Interesting. Or each tube in your setup can have a specific function. For example, pair the following three tubes: one for the main chamber with a standard short insert and a long con keeper. Subsequently, use one to include array test tube with more. This feels like it's machine translated a little bit. Um, Extra large. Yeah, that looks big. That one looks cool. Okay, yeah, this is Canada Ant Colony. I don't know. I mean, none of these are endorsements of any products. I don't know why I keep saying that. Like the FCC is gonna fucking kill me. Ants Canada. Let's look at their stuff. Starter kits. We were looking at a bit of this earlier. Oh, that's it? Oh. What about ant nests? What? Formicarium is too good a word? Why use $10 words where you can charge $10 prices? Oh, that's it? That kind of featured? Oh, wait, no. Let's price. Let's just do sorting. Let's do best selling. Is there no second page? What if we do alphabetically? Oh, okay. It's not that many. I thought there'd be more. I think we gotta go to the source by Circuit City. No, I think we gotta go to. Ooh, never mind. Let's check these out. Okay, yeah, you see what I mean? People love the magnets recently. I don't know how recent it's been. It's recent to me. Products. All Formicaria. Here in the US and abroad. Well, we won't buy from here. American and all that, but we will check it out. Okay, yeah, you see what I mean? The people love this like little design of like having little stalagmites. Healing decor. Stalactites. I mean, they're cute. No two ways past Monday about it. Um, with a refill time for our water towers included. Water towers. What is a water tower? Oh, website's a bit small. Let's crank it up. The airy. Look at that. Wow. That one's different. I guess you have different choices. That's so cool. I'm worried that if I do ant keeping, I'm gonna get like too upset if they die. And the problem is they don't die like one or two. They bite the dust by the colony. Would it make your plate? No, they don't smell at all. They don't smell at all. Ants are very clean actually, and they do not smell. The only thing that would really like have an odor is maybe their food if it goes bad, but you should probably be cleaning it up anyway. Oh, look at that extra large labyrinth. Fallen Fortress. That looks cool too. It's all very cool. I also like the little decor. I always liked like miniature things. And ants are miniature people, sort of. Not really, obviously, but you know what I mean. Like they kind of are. You can, I don't know, if you wanted to, you could make like a Severance theme, like form like a outer world, you know? Nobody's gonna stop you. And they won't mind. They're like, oh cool, a computer. Oh, look at me. I'm Marcus. I'm macro data refining. Look at that cactus. That's so cool. Oh my god, an ant. Yeah, you can 3D print a bunch of little cubicles. Yeah, exactly. What is a nestmate? Arhy Lands presents. Remove your fingers. Oh, okay. It's a way to keep the got it. Just to keep it hydrated basically. Interesting. Nearby trash piles, huh? Oh wait, is does it Everybody who films these things has shaky cam. I don't know why. It's like JJ Abrams paid them off. Yeah, so that is a problem. Hmm. No lens flare? Don't you just wait. It's happening. Hmm. Yeah, that's the it's important to be able to clean out the Oh well look at that. Oh, okay. That was so cool. Moisture gradient. Yeah. Okay. I'll research that some more for sure. It's this is the problem. It's keeping ants is a very delayed gratification. And the reason is because it takes forever to actually get a colony going, right? Like let's say I catch one today. Not gonna see workers for a few months at least. And then I mean they're not even gonna be out today. They're gonna be probably start flying, I wanna say April at the earliest, but probably June, July, August. Um, and so you got to get a queen, and then you got to wait. Wow, how long I gotta wait? How long I gotta wait? You gotta wait. You gotta wait. Sheesh, like a month at least. And then you're not even gonna move them from the from the test tube for a year, and you gotta hibernate them between that time. So it's a very, very off, like hands off, but also in some ways boring hobby. But you know, there's benefits. What are the benefits? I don't know. They're cool. Ants are cool. You can make 100 little friends. Pounding. Alice. This one's really cute because it's just like one thing. Oh, look at that. So what is this? This is the redesigned Alice. There are some new features. Additional magnet underneath for super tight hold. Stalactites optional nest mate. Yeah, let's see how they assemble it. That looks like plaster. What is the little thing that he has? That's what I don't fully . understand what the watch water towers. There will be a hydration tube on the outside of the formicarium. Watch the video above for this demonstration. You know what? We should do that. We should watch the video above. Oh, okay. I see. It was that hole. Oh, is that an Instant Pot? Anyway, that was that website. Ant keeping forums. We need to go to a forum. I miss forums. Forums are so cool. General ant keeping. Anting, general anting. General ant keeping. Pictures of formicariums and outer worlds. There we go. That's what I wanted. You know what? We're gonna put me on the other side. Ah! Never put baby in a corner. Yeah, people used to make this all the time by themselves. When was this? 2013. This is very, very reminiscent of how people used to make colonies. You would get some like plasticine, make the little shapes here, right? Like the little cutout. And then you would put this at the bottom of like a Tupperware container. And then you would pour plaster of Paris into it, and you'd let it set. Eventually, hopefully, when you take it out, it's been set perfectly. Uh, Most of the time, it was not set perfectly. Yeah, it's very fun. This might be Y tongue, I'm not sure. This one looks very wet. And yes, hot glue. People would, yeah, it was a very non-commercial hobby, and because it was so non-commercial, everybody made all their stuff by themselves. But you could see that this used to be like the bottom of a Tupperware container, right? This was a lot more new. This is a much newer development. Glass coasters. Flash. Ah. Savior of the universe. Mine are made from grout. Interesting. Okay. Also, there's like this conception that like ants can't see red light, and I don't actually know if this is true or not. I really don't know. But you will see, I'm sure, people covering things up with red light. What is this? K23 soft fire bricks. See, that's another material that you can use. You can find this fire brick at most potteries. Fire bricks are like soft, and then I think you harden them by baking them. What are fire bricks? No, no, they can handle heat, right? But they're soft. Okay, yeah, yeah. Because why would you need to fire like bricks are a specific size? Why would you need to fire them? Yeah. Yeah, people would also have this sort of setup a lot where they would just have like the outer world out on top with like the ants below. And yeah, that's water. That's quite a bit of water. Yeah, oh, okay, I see. So this is like a reservoir down here. This is a reservoir for the water. I don't know why people thought that that was like a good way of designing things, because the water is getting in from behind anyway. Like, there's no need for that extra reservoir. Uh, but it is a good way to keep things hydrated. But yeah, there's also like this prevailing notion, not everywhere, but in a lot of places, that like the ants love it when you put the outside world on top and like the ant world down below. And I don't know if that notion like really translates to reality. I think it's just it it's a bad use of space for my money. Also, you might notice that a lot of these things have like no lid. And the reason why they don't have a lid is you see this up here, this gunk, this yellow, this white texture. That's PTFE. PTFE poly. I don't know, but it's the same thing that like you get on Teflon. The same type of thing, right? And so it's so slippery that the ants cannot um get a purchase on it. I don't know if I could trust that. I mean, some people don't. Some people have covers. The nice thing about having an open thing is that you can be more like, it's easier to feed them, and it also like gives a better circulation of air and stuff. This person has covered in fluon. I don't know what fluon is, but uh okay, so see, this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. Modeling clay, so it's past the scene. Plaster pairs, flat bottom basin, tubing, a glass sheet. Yes, look at this. So they this is what people do. They would make the chambers. They would also put in the tubes that they would like to use later to connect the colony. And then voila. That's how you get that's how you used to make ant farms. That's why a lot of them look like the bottoms of like containers. It's because they're molded at the bottom of containers. And then again, this is the water chamber. Um, this is a nifty setup. The wood founding chamber. Start to pull cotton. They do love pulling cotton. Grout in a 5x7 picture frame. This is so nostalgic. Probably not for everybody, but for me, it's extremely nostalgic. Yeah, people will get like any kind of container you could think of. And I think the reason why I'm thinking about ants now is because this is not spoilers for Severance, but this is about Severance, about the latest episode. Or no, one episode ago. Um, so cover your ears if you want. I don't think this is gonna spoil a single thing for you. But if it does, um Mark, I don't even need to say what happened. There's just a picture. An ant farm is shown. I won't even give you the context, but an ant farm is shown, and then was like, oh man, Oh, that looks like a cool ant farm. And I was like, I wanna keep ants again. Oh yes, photo bucket. Photo bucket. You guys remember photo bucket? Look at these. So these are fire brick. Interesting. Interesting. How to make an ant farmacarium with fire brick. Goggles. Oh, she just drills it. Okay. Cool. Uh-oh, that one broke. Oh no, she wanted to break it. Oh, she dremels it. Yeah. It's just I miss like when the internet used to be for just posting shit you made without like any expectation of making money from it or like getting content. And also half of these. I'm so happy this website exists because 80% of other websites would host their stuff on like PhotoBucket and all those links have rotted. All those links are gone. Look at that. Look at that piece of crap. I bet that guy's real happy. Advanced member. This guy loves, what does that say? UK? Oh, look at that. iPad. iPad. Two iPads and an Air and a MacBook Air, huh? And an iPhone, I suppose. Okay. Oh, this one's interesting. Got bored and made an acrylic nest. I'm not sure of my thoughts on it. The Lasius don't seem to mind it. That's a pretty common species. Why, Tom? I must say this material is amazing and was much easier to carve with. That's the other thing. Like you can just Tong. If you couldn't find it at a hardware store, you're not getting it. Back in the day, you weren't getting it. You're not gonna import it from the UK. Now, guess what? Bozo, I can just do that. I can just import it. And it's not gonna cost me that much. It's not gonna be like, the worst thing in the world. So things really have changed. Look, 3D, they're 3D printing by now. This is what? This is 11 years ago. So they're already 3D printing here. Wild. This is a very nice setup. And it's 3D printed and partially like plaster. This is cool. You know what I've decided? I'm gonna try to keep ants this year. Well, I gotta ask the wife first, and I'll have decided it. This guy's designing stuff on Git. Oh, it's dead. What about his Thingiverse? Still kind of exists. Let's go. Oh yeah, ants just love going through tubes. You can just give them tubes and they're like, "Oh my God, it's free real estate." They will move in there. They do not have like a sense of design at all. You give them tubes, they'll take the tubes, trust me. All right. Ant keeping forum German. German ant. Not German ant keeping. German ant farms. Not UK, although UK used to have a decent presence. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the Firefox for now in case there's naughty German. Antstore.net, I think might be it. Yes, translate it. Questions on the granary for Messer Barbarus. Yes. Oh, these are current posts. Okay. Ant map. I like always. Why would you stop translating? Portal content. Content forum. Why would you stop translating? Give me a list. Go to a forum. Choose a forum. They are insane. They have different subforms by species, which is speaks to German efficiency. I just want to look at building a farm. Yeah. What about that? Yton guide, work in progress. Building a farm. Oh, it's in the English form. Boo, boo, photographs. Foreign Uberscheit. I want photos. Deutsch form. Yes. Video some hyperlinks. This is from 2008. This shit gnarly. Is this form dead? Oh. Last post like from 2016, 2018. Instruction. Small garden round. Picture of the day. Oh, night visits. Various things about horse lines. Oh, this is... I don't know what this is. No. Okay, I don't know. That used to be a good forum. I just don't know how to navigate it, I think. What about the Ants Canada forum? Not the store. Ant keeping. Ant science. Heated and controversial ant debates. Natural flight schedules. Actually, that might be useful for me. Those are the locked forms. Formicariums and ant setups. I just want to look at all the pictures. Give me the pictures. Give me the pictures. Give me the pictures. This has devolved into me just browsing old websites. And these are old. Why is nobody posting anything? Last post 2015, 2017? Is the subreddit dead? Is the hobby dead? Are we back to just browsing Reddit? I'm having fun. I'm having fun too. I just wish that there was more pictures. He's still live. Hello, Newspire. Why wouldn't I be live? You thought I died? Are they archived perhaps? They might be. It's just... I was just hoping that there was more. Yeah? Why did you think I died? Yeah, you see, this is a lot of people will have the red. And I don't know if it's true or not that it helps. I'm not gonna look at that. That's weird. I want more setups and less ants. Because I always found the setups cooler. No one knows when their time comes. Why would I know when yours would come? Well, no one knows when their own time comes, but I thought you'd know when my time would come. No? Post hibernation honey feast. They will get trapped in honey. They're morons, by the way. Ants on the whole are kind of stupid, which is okay, but you gotta make sure that they. Okay, you see this? She's taking off her wings. A lot of the time, they'll actually eat the wings. Are you getting an ant colony? I'm thinking about getting back into ant keeping, yeah. It just feels right. Oh, brood ants. Brood ants are basically um, the first ants that they get. Like the ones that the queen just made. Uh, something's got to make sense in this fucked up world. That's true. That's true. I mean, I already have the test tubes. I mean, I had the test tubes before. I thought I would maybe get ants again, but yeah, I might get back into. So the problem right now is that it is currently what, March? I think people might be pulling them out of hibernation by now. I'm not sure. Ant keeping Discord. Ant wiki, ant flights. Let's look at ant flights. Oh, could possibly dox me, huh? Save. Let's not be too specific where we look. No ant flights in Toronto yet. What about older data? What about 2024? Damn, you see the Germans, whoa, Spanish love it too. Interesting, interesting. I wonder if the moon cycle actually matters. Because they are mentioning the moon cycle. Interesting. Twenty 24, 01, 01 to 24, 12, 31. Let's see. There's only, I don't see any nuptials. They don't record it for Toronto, huh? Maybe Ants Canada will have that? Permaculture, what is this? Oh, another. Oh no, we were here already, right? Bees and wasps. Termites. People also keep termites, but termites are kind of disgusting. And also, they're kind of dangerous because they might eat all your floorboards or whatever. But termites are like, they're gross. They live in their own filth. And they try to like make it shitty everywhere. Actually, that might just be prejudice that I have. I'm not sure how accurate that is. But who knows? Let's go to the last pages. Germamites are the same. Speaking of Germamites, he should be live in an hour or in 10 minutes or whatever with italics. Wait, are they doing World of Warcraft? What is split fiction? Oh no, okay, but this game looks like shit. 95% of people like this game. Why does it look so bad then? Maybe people are idiots. Ah, yes, Hail Santa. Look at those fuckers. Ooh, that's a cool setup. I built this one. I still don't get what those little ping pong balls are at the bottom. You see like the post image.cc. You're not gonna get my tax information. Just so cool. Yeah, I could just browse this for hours and hours. Is it good content? I don't know. You decide. Gamble. You only have $30 dudes and you lost them all. Oh boy. Oh brother. Oh brother. Hey Skelly. All right. We're probably gonna be wrapping it up soon. I plan to do these streams for 5 hours, but we didn't really have too much of a plan today. We do have a plan for Wednesday though, and that's gonna be World of Warcraft. For real this time. I'm not gonna leak my bank details. Some trickster isn't gonna steal my YouTube. Did you guys even see that? Somebody, I don't know who, somebody. Look at this. Look at what they've done. Look what they did. They look at this. They changed the name. They changed the icon. They even posted like a video that I had to unlist. Ugh. Who are these people? Who's doing this? Tell me who's doing this. Huh? Who did this? Who did this? How did they get that picture? Why did it only get 14 views? What is this? Who did this? Does my ring say do not insert beyond this point? It wouldn't be a very good ring if it did, huh? It wouldn't be a very good ring if it did. But no new Spire, that is not correct. Oh, I'm glad that Mitsend 11 days ago suggested that it was till it stank. Which I don't know why. My ring would say that. Do you like the little icon though for the dollar reduce? I think that's a neat touch. Oh, is it just a piece of glass with a mesh over it? And then they use that for a water tower? What is a water? Ant keeping. Fed up with Tar Heel Ants water towers. Rant, if you don't care, then don't read it. Couldn't remember the last time I hydrated the water towers. I only ever fill one at a time for fear of this happening. Fear of what happening? Oh, it being very hydrated, I see. I only refill because it's a common thing. I only put in a few millimeters water and there's no indication that this was going to happen. When I checked on the colony a few minutes later, I saw this flooded mess. The queen has relocated to another part of the nest along with most of the brood except for the unfortunate ones who are left behind and probably drowned. Even with museum glass, it's extremely hard to tell the water level. Looking down into the towers, even if you could, this happens when the tower isn't even full. I think you're misusing the thingy. No? Yeah. Huh. It's a cool idea though. I might look into that too. Water towers. Water towers. Water towers. Yeah, okay. See, this design has become very popular, as has well, the red light has been very common for a long time. That's a setup and a half. Oh, I like the felt. That's cute. That's real cute. People love these water towers, huh? Except for that guy in that Reddit post who drowned his pants. Kelly, how are you? Mm. You guys want a little sneak peek at Scully? Only because you've been good. Look at her. You got shaved. Not shaved, but she got trimmed. And her butthole was bothering her too much, and now it's less so. And she's pretending to sleep. Look at her. Look at that bozo. And she also has a cone because she's looking too much. Oh, is that a neck pillow? No, it's a cone. It's like a adjustable. It's a soft cone because she's been licking herself. Yeah. Always a cutie. It'd be cute to give her a neck pillow. I just think it'd be bad for her. Oh, this is pretty cool. And I bet that's a heating thing too. I built this giant. So people like building like big ones. Um, I'm gonna say this like out of gypsum maybe, but like they also love like putting poop all over it, for lack of better terms. Like you didn't need to make it. I don't know. I think it looks better when it's like white on black, right? That's very cute. Yeah, like I don't love the natural look that much. Oh, this is cool. Oh my God, that's a lot of ants. Jesus. That's a lot of ants. That's a heating pad. Interesting. I guess it's a warmer species. A little warmer species. Yeah, you know what? Why not? We're gonna try. I'm gonna try to figure out when the nuptials happen near me, and I'm gonna be on the lookout, I guess. Oh, that looks very cool. I would not be holding it though. Those are some big ass ants too. Jeez. Oh, there was an escape. That's the concern, is that when the ants escape, you're like, oh no, the ants, they're escaping. Now I have ants in my pants. Oh, that's not a real frog. I don't know why I'm saying it like I. Oh, that's not a real castle. Guy who's pointing out like inconsistencies in movies, but they're like this the most inane shit. Do you think Bruce Banner filed the his income taxes? I don't think he's been filing the income tax. Do you think it's an issue because he used to live in India? Do you think that there's a tax treaty between the US and India? That's not a real castle. They couldn't fit a real castle in there. This movie is not, it's not realistic at all. Maybe a tiny little guy lives there? Wow. Is his name your penis? Well, is it? Hmm. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up a bit earlier than I wanted to. We're not we're gonna definitely we're gonna be back with a better plan on Wednesday, which is to play World of Warcraft for until I die or whatever. 5 hours. Thank you for stopping by. Um Daylight savings time ruined my life, and now this is what I do. Um Yeah, we'll be back for the World of Warcraft stream Wednesday. World of Warcraft Wednesdays. I think Jerema is gonna go live if you want to go watch him. Uh, Follow if you haven't, please. Subscribe to the YouTubes or whatever. There's a number of videos coming out this week. All the demo stuff. So that'll be if you didn't catch those, I picked the best games because they're the best games. Um, yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. I didn't expect to talk about ants for 2 hours, but it is what it is. Have a good Sunday, and I'll see you Wednesday. I'll trade you Tuesday for a hamburger today. All right. Later, skaters. Bye, YouTube. YouTube vert. Okay, bye-bye. So I had a question. If I stop the other streams, does YouTube's keep going, or is there going to be a connection error? Oh no, it still uses the encoder. Okay, bye YouTube. I'll